hope that you enjoy the pumpkin flavor of the season in your snacks. And we're just really excited that you guys are here to come listen to our students. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Catherine, for coming this morning to bring us some words. And our job is all about you guys. So we're just really excited to hear from your perspective. So before we get started, I just want to remind you that we are doing drawings. So if you weren't here last time, fill out a new punch card with your name. Check off today's date, October 24th, put it in the bowl, and then at the end of our meeting, we'll draw for Sacred Grounds. And we have 2 mugs, Spring Harbor mugs. So 4 opportunities to win. Yeah, Aaron, go get that. Everybody wants mugs. On your tables, there are SAPA schedules for the rest of the year, so if you haven't seen that, grab that. And then before we get started, Lori's going to do a mixer game. So we got, one of our things this year is just to get to know one another across departments and all that. So every time we're going to have a little fun. So here we go.
Okay, several of you have probably done this before, but it's still fun. So we're going to do it again. Get your phones out. Do you have a phone? Oops, figure most of you do. So the rules are you cannot talk to someone in your department. You have to find someone outside your department and not your spouse. I know, right? I am. Okay, so I want you to go to your last picture on your phone. If it's not appropriate, go to a different one. Your most recent picture on your phone, okay? And you have to get up and walk. I don't want you talking to someone at your table either, so you gotta go mix. So go find someone and share that picture. You can do 2 people if we have time.
Feel free to get up and get snacks if you need more. Also, before that, Student Development and Success provided the snacks this morning, so if you want to thank you. I was looking forward to Carrie Williams' pumpkin muffins and those scotch so. All right, up next we have Richard Harris. He is our student body president, the finance manager, all around great guy. So he's going to come and share our student update.
Thank you. How's everybody doing? Good. Awesome. I prepared to stand in front of the podium, but I didn't know we congregated to the back. I'm going to use the table right here that's a little kind of everybody else. So as everyone knows kind of what Kat kind of ran our platform off of last semester, you guys have heard the LIFE acronym go around. Because that's been our perspective of what we want to do things. So if you don't know what LIFE is, if you're fairly new to what it stands for, LIFE is an acronym. Each letter stands for something, with L being loving God with loving others, I, involvement in the community, F, future outlook, and E for everyone. With all 4 of those being a driving force of what we're standing for SGA this year, according to Kat and I, we have all kinds of events that are going to be centered around each and every event. Specifically, I love the events where we have not only phenomenal student output, but a lot of student engagement. Because students come out, but they're not really getting engaged in what they're doing. It's like, all right, what are we doing? Okay, all that fun stuff. So, this year, student turnout, I'm going to be speaking more on the student turnout of things. The student turnout at a lot of our events have been significantly higher. And in my opinion, that plays a big factor in not only what SGA is doing, but what staff is doing as well. Because you guys are pushing students to go out and get involved in your community. And like I said to a lot of freshmen at Barnes & Plaza, you have the ability to make and break your year. And you getting involved in these events that we have year round helps with that. So just going through the events that, in my opinion, we've only been here for 2 months, so much has happened, and it's amazing because here we are all the way in October. I still remember here, back in August when I moved here, and I was like, I'm going to take presidents here. Arbor Nights, for example, was one of the biggest events that we had, and students still to this day love the event all the way through. All the events from what we have planned from the beginning of the year forward, they have all the ability to focus on the life aspect of things. However, certain events are going to obviously portray more towards, for example, E, everyone, or F, future outlook. Our nights was that everyone event. So everyone brand spanking new to the university. They come out and they just want to come celebrate with the students. And it was one of the phenomenal nights that students still talk about to this day. Homecoming was also one of the biggest events that we had here. As everyone knows, homecoming weekend is one of the biggest weekends that we have here. For SGA, that was a big one for us as well, because for the week we had individuals that everyone knows we have the dance later on homecoming night, and during the dance, at the beginning we didn't really sell any tickets at the beginning of the week. At the dance was when we got bombarded with students. Literally, everyone lining up out of the door at Cascades. I believe we came to a concluding figure of 460 estimated people at that event. I believe that's 60 more than what we had last year. So 40, 60 estimated around there. But homecoming was one of the biggest events. We had a phenomenal turnout rate. That place was packed, and it was an awesome time. Students still have a positive outlook on that night. So that was another successful event that students went out and got involved in, which we take pride in at SGA. Capture the Flag, as everyone knows, we had that last weekend, and we had a university-wide Capture the Flag, and students all around campus was running all around the place. It was hilarious. It was pretty cool though, because you turn this home to her place, team against team, for Capture the Flag on Oaks University. With it being chilly, we thought that students would be a little bit detoured because it's an outside event, it's cold outside, not like people like cold, even though you're from Michigan and all that fun stuff. In fact, it was the opposite. A lot of people ended up turning out, and we had a phenomenal game around the university, all around campus. It was a phenomenal time, and students talk about that one all the time. In spite of homework and being busy and all the students' curricular activities and all their classes, all their extra clubs, all their core events and stuff, we still have a phenomenal turnout in all of our events. That's something that not only do we give praise to God for, but we thank you guys for as well, because you guys are pushing students to go out and get involved in these things, so we thank you for that. It's only been 2 months, and we're hoping to carry on this trend of phenomenal turnout and what students are doing and what students are getting involved in and what people are looking forward to for and from a student government body. With the life perspective, I believe we're going to have not only a loving God with loving others relationship with students on our campus, we're going to get furtherly involved in the community of Jackson with one event that's burning in my heart is that I want to do a prayer walk around the Jackson community, possibly around Jackson City. I believe that'd be pretty cool. Future Outlook, I'm going to be partnering with SAC. I was talking to Steve about this a while ago. I'm be partnering with SAC and partnering with them on helping, getting a jump start on students in their alumni path. Everyone, we want everyone involved. So with everyone being involved, students that are fresh out of high school to students that are in their 5th year, we want everyone to have a good time, at least while we're here at SGA this year at Spring Harbor. So we thank you guys for all what you're doing. We thank you for pushing us to be better, and we promise better. We thank you. I now introduce my Vice President, Captain Young.
Hi, so what I'm going to be talking about is the changes we've made in SGA this year, kind of like some goals we have. So something we were challenged with is just how do we make SGA more open to students, and how do we keep students here on the weekends. So it's really our job as SGA to listen to students for what they want, what they're looking for, and so we've changed and added some events and some positions on SGA this year. So something we're looking to do this year is a tech-free day, which we're still working out the details, but it's probably going to be in the spring, pushing students to not look at their phone for an entire day. You can do work on your computer, if you have homework, of course, but not watch Netflix, stuff like that. So I know there's going to be some controversy with it and some students that won't, but I think the students that will be I don't know, they'll realize some stuff. So some events that we have changed or added. So we've started playing some sports events in the Cougar Den. So we played the Michigan versus Michigan State game and provided wings, which was really cool. We had a really big turnout for that. In about, I think it's about 2 weeks, we have this thing called The Roar, which is like SAU's spinoff of NBC's The Voice. So we're even gonna have like the swivelly chairs and everything. It's really cool. So we have like people that are gonna audition, like people that can sing really well, and then like because we don't want to like turn away like bad people, we're gonna like bring our own bad people in. And then we're gonna have some staff and faculty be the judges. We have a karaoke night, which is this week. It's on Thursday. Pajamas and karaoke is what we're calling it, just so like students can like hang out and be relaxed and just like enjoy each other's company. There's a huge soccer tailgate that Chris and Melanie are working on. That's going to be on November 4th. Feel free to come. It's going to be a huge thing because we're expecting to have both our women's and men's soccer team play the Crossroads League Championship here. Fingers crossed. I think the guys just have to win one more game, I think. And I don't know about the girls, but they're really good. So we're gonna have games, food, prizes, sign making for the teams. The firm is gonna come out and face paint for us. They're just gonna like paint their hand and like put it on your face. And that starts at 1 o'clock because I think the games are like 3 or 4 and then 7 o'clock, 3 and 7, okay. This isn't like our event, but there's a home bowling tournament on the 11th, which would be awesome to like have support for our team because it's our first home bowling tournament in Jackson. Something to go along with life that we like promised in our campaign in the spring was something called Discovering Denominations. And so we're bringing in different like pastors from different like types of churches, so like Catholic, Orthodox, Baptist, and we're gonna sit them here and have a panel where students can come and ask questions and understand like different aspects of Christianity, which is gonna be pretty cool because we come from so many different denominations here, and it just like gives students a chance to like understand where other people are coming from. And then one thing that we changed in an SGA position this year was the vitality position. So that's our health and wellness position. Leslie Tana, she's a health and exercise science major. She has that position. And basically what we changed this year was to give it like more of like a nutrition side. So because people ask SGA president and vice president when they run, like change the DC, that's the biggest thing people ask for. And there's not a position on SGA for that. I mean, we can't really like change it, but like, yeah. The students need someone that can listen to them. And so that's what we kind of changed on the position. So we have a nutrition panel on November 13th with Dr. Mitch Ziegler. He's a vegan, he's our physical therapist on campus. And he's gonna like teach about how to eat healthy as a college student and kind of teach students with like dietary needs how to like nutritionally make up for the deficiencies in their diet, like in the DC. And that's about it. Yep. So we've had like really, really good turnouts this year, which is really encouraging to us. And we think that like the things we're adding, this is just like stuff for this semester, the things we're adding, students are enjoying it. So that's really encouraging. But thanks for listening to us.
If you guys see anyone, all the SGA photos are down on the bulletin board outside, like across from the ping pong tables. So as you recognize students that are serving their peers, just encourage them, take a moment, because this is on top of being students, right? And my husband and I and Tia were chaperones for the homecoming dance, so got to see firsthand like how much work it is to pull off an awesome event. And sometimes it's for the very first time that they're pulling this together, and you would have never known. So they're doing an amazing job serving one another, listening to their peers. So thank you guys so much for the sacrifices you're making. You're having a lot of fun too, but I know it's a lot that you're doing. So, I have a couple announcements that we're going to talk about, and then hopefully Dr. Hawthorne, John Hawthorne is going to come and talk a little bit about HLC, the visit in December. But first announcement is we finally have a SAPA page on the portal. Woo! That's a big win for me, I think. But I tried for that last year, so woo! So that's where all of our recordings of meetings are going to be. So let's say you want to share that with your office, like, Richard and Catherine had really great things to say. You can go to the portal page, usually within, Aaron's awesome getting that video, Lacey, to us like within a couple of days, and we'll put it on there. So if you go to the employees tab, you'll see on the side, the left side, there's a SAPA. You click that, and we'll have those videos and the rest of the schedule for the year right there. So the next thing I want to talk about is the survey that we sent out that at the end of September. I gave you 3 days to fill it out, and you guys had such a great response. We had 77 staff members complete it within 3 days, and that just spoke to me that you all want to be heard, and you all appreciate the opportunity to share your feedback. These had questions about how just our university, how our president cabinet communicates with us, and then also how we are interacting, how we can best support faculty and how they can best support us. So I just wanted to share a couple of things that as I analyzed the data, but one of the things that in the comments, the question number 6, the question was, are there specific issues or information items where improvement on SAU community updates / communications could occur? And the top 3 that really came to the surface were personnel changes. You guys want to know when someone leaves or transfers or something like that, who do we talk to now? Because this person was awesome and they could always answer my question, and now they're not. So I agree. 12 of you mentioned that. The second one was just general and specific communications, that there would be transparency, that there would be an openness, that you could feel heard and get clarity on any of the communications. And then the third one was an accurate depiction of enrollment updates. So what do those numbers mean when they're tossing them out? And so I really appreciate those kinds of things for you guys to share. And just so you know, like, I took this to faculty forum a couple weeks ago and shared some of these questions and the responses. And then tomorrow, our SAPA executive team is meeting with Dr. Ellis to share these results as well. So I'll be sharing this with him and then brainstorming ways that we can make sure that these are accomplished, especially that first one. I think with personnel changes, we want to be respectful of the person leaving, but we also have the urgency of questions that need to be answered, right? As we're serving students and one another. The second question that I wanted to give you feedback on was number 13. What are some ways for staff to connect with and receive support from faculty at SAU? Not all of us work with faculty, but there are some of us that really rely on their feedback, their interactions, their decisions. And so the top 3 that came out in the comments were the desire to connect and collaborate, to learn from them. We as staff recognize that they have a lot of great experience, and they have a lot of student knowledge that would be helpful for us to know, because they're in the classroom with them 3 to 4 hours a week, seeing them face to face, interacting with them, reading their papers, things like that. So staff really want to know what faculty know. So this is what I was sharing with them at faculty forum. So the second one was, we want to eat with them. So we want to meet up in the dining commons and sit down over a meal and just hear about how the semester is going, what their experiences are, who they are. So they liked that idea to eat with you all. And then staff really want faculty to value the work that we do for our students. And I know sometimes that could get lost in translation, of those interactions that like faculty ask us to do something or things like that. And it's easy to always underappreciate one another, right? So it was just, that was one thing that came up third year. And they were very thankful to have that reminder that, like, yeah, if I have a staff member working in my department, I want to appreciate them. This isn't something that they're choosing not to do. It's just, the semester is busy. So the last one was how staff can support faculty. So what are some ways that staff can support the faculty at SAU? This is your answers. The first one is keep communication open and current from our end. We recognize, like, with communication, it's not just that we get information from faculty, but we also need to send them updated information from our end. So we can do our part in making things and students' experience smoother if we can communicate a change or things like that. And then the second one was encourage faculty by supporting them in what they're doing. So if they're, this could be like attending a community of learners presentation or a focus talk. If there's somebody that we know that is working really hard on an article, maybe we ask them, like, what are your writing projects right now? Like, I'd love to know what you're talking about or researching. So partner with them and support them in the extra things that they're doing. And I think that piece, that that extra extension of care for them will also just help us as a university, connect over across our departments, across our lives, not just at work, but see them as real people, and help them see us as real people. So those are some of the highlights, some of the things that we're going to bring to President Ellis tomorrow. Another one of my goals is that we create an opportunity for you all, for staff, to have some professional development funds. So next week, Lori and I are going to meet with Kevin Rose about asking for a small change purse to have funds to bring some opportunities for you all to develop in your lives and at your work. So our main goal in January is that our January meeting for SAPA is going to be a professional development. It's going to be something that's specific to your individual personhood, but then that you can take back to your staff and really talk about with one another. And so we're still fleshing out what that will look like. It's going to happen, whether we have money or not. But maybe we'll have an opportunity to do something out of the ordinary that we haven't been able to do if we're eligible for those funds. So, and we also want that, not to spend all of the money, but if there's an opportunity like a leadership conference or some kind of training that you guys could apply for to help yourselves, develop in your own careers, your next path, or just gain some more experience, we want that to be available to you all as well. So we'll give you an update in November, because that'll hopefully, that meeting will happen and then we'll have an answer, so I can give you an update then. But we don't have a Dr. Hawthorne in the house, so I guess I will give is he here? No. So I will give the HLC update. I've been to leadership team meetings, so I don't know if you guys knew that, but as the president of SAPA, I attend the leadership team meetings. So HLC, Higher Learning Commission, is coming to Spring Arbors campus December 4th and 5th, right? Yeah, thank you. And they are going to be taking a deep dive as to who we are as an institution. So we just want to remind you that if a stranger comes up to you and starts asking you questions about your workplace, about your role, about the mission of Spring Arbor, that this is probably going to be someone from the Higher Learning Commission. Remember that these people from HLC are in roles like yours in faculty at another institution, and so they are taking time out of their busy semester to come and do an audit of, or just an examine of Spring Arbor. And so be curious about who they are too, and be open to share like what Spring Arbor has meant to you, what it's like to work here, the commonalities that we have working together, serving our students. If you want to brush up on your concept memorization, it's not a bad idea. If you have your little clock tower built, I was going to bring mine up, the lovely clock tower that you can construct. Have it on your desk, look at the 3 different parts, and blanking on what it's called. Globally minded master learners, what is that? Strat plans. That's right. So brush up on that. Any questions on the HLC or anything that I should be teaching? Yes,
Just a quick
Sherry.
comment. I went through, this will be my 5th HLC visit in 9 years, so. They will probably have a staff, like an open invitation staff, where no administrators, no boss, and just staff people will come and they'll just ask you questions about what you want to do. So, or, things about Spring Arbor, what you like about it, what's different, what needs improvement, that kind of thing. They almost always have one session, 45-minute session with just staff. So just be thinking about some things that maybe you want HLC to know about Spring Arbor, positive things. They also are okay with hearing negative things too, because they will come back with a report to say, hey, these are some things that you might need to work on before the next visit, some things that you might, may not necessarily hurt us in accreditation, but just some suggestions on improvement. So either way, but yeah, they're looking for the truth, so just be truthful.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sherry. One thing that John will say over and over is like, we are not going to fail this. We have a great story at Spring Arbor to tell, and it's going to be really exciting to show them who we are and for them to give us feedback so that we can continue to grow and progress and make those adjustments so that we give the best experience to our students as possible and have the best experience for you all working here. So, yeah, it's going to be great. That's all the announcements that I have. So, very last thing we do is drawing prizes. So we have 2 Sacred Grounds gift cards up for grabs and 2 Welcome Week mugs. Each of the students got one of these mugs, and I've had lots of staff say, how can I get one of those? So we're giving 2 of them away. Where did you going to come? And Laura, you guys want to draw the rest? Just a reminder too, as for those punch cards, we invite you to come every single time. That'd be awesome. But at the end of the year, we're going to mark combine the attendance of who's in your area, and it's towards a party at the end. So come, and it's not just for your enjoyment right now, but it's for your team to win. So, ready? Oh, okay. That was my name. I already have a I never win.
David Darling!
So you can pick a mug or a drink, whatever you like. Yeah, so good choice.
Becca, you ready?
Becca! Coffee drink or mug? Oh yes, there we go. All right, so Sacred Ground. So you're going to want to come listen to Mary talk about gratitude. We're going to be doing some gratitude activities. So come back. Thank you. Grab some snacks on your way out.